Hi friends, Ali here. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to crochet the Cloud Nine Beanie. This pattern uses super bulky 6-weight yarn to create a super thick and warm winter hat. It features the berry stitch, which is this big bumpy stitch, so there's lots of texture and it works up quickly. This pattern includes 8 sizes from baby to adult, so you can make one for anyone. It's also easy to customize the size to be perfect for you. The best part about this pattern is since this hat uses thick yarn and a larger crochet hook, it works up pretty quick and it also uses less than 1 skein of yarn. This is the second pattern in the Cloud 9 collection. Years ago I designed the Cloud 9 headband. I love the look of the stitches so much that I wanted to design some more patterns using it, so if you enjoy the beanie pattern, then be sure to check out the headband pattern as well. If you want to follow along with the free written pattern for the Cloud 9 Beanie, you can find it on my blog, theturtletrunk.com, or you can grab the ad-free printable PDF from my Etsy and Ravelry shops. The PDF includes color coding sizes, so it's super easy to read and follow along with your size. I'll leave links to everything in the description box. Now, if you're ready to get started, let's head over to our supply list and our size chart. For this pattern, you'll need super bulky 6-weight yarn. In the next slide, I'll share the yardage needed for each size. I'll be using Lion Brand yarn Woolies Thick and Quick in the color Flax. You'll also need a 9mm crochet hook, yarn needle, and scissors. Here is our size chart. It's always best to measure the head first if you can to ensure proper fit. In the tutorial, I'll have written instructions at the top of the screen. The row and round numbers and the stitch counts will be in order from smallest to largest, so just take note of what place your size is in. If you want to customize the circumference of the beanie, you can work any multiple of 4 rows for the band. If you want to customize the hat height, you can add more stitches to the band, or you can repeat rows 1 and 2 of the body of the hat as many times to get your desired height. Now, if you're ready to get started, let's grab our yarn and crochet hook and let's get making. We're going to start by making the band of our beanie. So start with a slip knot on your hook, then we'll work a foundation chain. The number to chain for each size is above, starting with the baby 0 to 3 months, then it goes up in size. And it is not a mistake that the adult medium is shorter than the adult small. The adult medium will have a slightly shorter band, but it will have more rounds for the body of the beanie. Feel free to customize the length of your brim by working any number of chains. To work a chain, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. When you're done your foundation chain, we're going to start row 1 by working 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook. To single crochet, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. Then single crochet into each chain across. At the end of row 1, you should have 1 less stitch than you had foundation chains. Chain 1 and turn. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Now for row 2, we're going to single crochet into each stitch across, but working in the back loop only. So when you look at the top of your stitches, you'll see 2 loops. The one closest to you is the front loop, and the one furthest away is the back loop. So we are going to work single crochets into that back loop only into each stitch across. So starting in the last stitch from the previous row, going into that back loop only, we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. We're going to repeat that all the way across for row 2. Working in the back loop is going to create a little ridge or ribbing across for our band. At the end of the row, you can chain 1 and turn. And we're just going to repeat row 2 all the way across for our band. So if you're working the baby 0 to 3 month size, you're going to work a total of 20 rows. The baby 3 to 6 months is going to work a total of 24 rows. Baby 6 to 12 months will work 28 rows. Child 1 to 3 years will work 32 rows. That's the same with the child 3 to 10 years. And then the adult small and adult medium will work a total of 36 rows, and the adult large will work a total of 40 rows. If you want to customize the width or circumference of your beanie, you can work any multiple of 4 rows for your band. So I'm just going to continue on and I'll catch up with you when we're done all of our rows. So just single crochet in the back loop only in each stitch across and chain 1 and turn. So I've worked all of the rows for my brim, so this is what it's looking like so far. So now we're going to join the ends of our brim together. So fold it over, bringing the 2 short ends together. And then working into the last row of our brim, and then the first row, so where we worked our foundation chain, we're going to slip stitch the ends together. So insert your hook into the last stitch we worked of our brim, and then also into the foundation chain from the beginning, and we're going to slip stitch. So yarn over, pull your yarn through, and pull through the loop on your hook. And we're going to do that in each stitch across, making sure to work in corresponding stitches from the last row and our foundation chain. When you reach the end, we're going to chain 1, and then we are going to flip the brim inside out or right side out so that that seam we just created is on the inside. So here on the front, you can't see the join at all. And now we're going to work around the top of the brim to create the body of our hat. So for the first round, we're going to work single crochets all the way around. And we want to work as many single crochets as we have rows for our brim. So we're going to work 1 single crochet into the edge of each row from the brim. So you can see between the ribbings, there are 2 rows. So that might be helpful to know where to place your hook in your stitches. You're just going to be working 2 single crochets between each of the ribbing. I always like to make sure that I'm grabbing onto 2 loops when I'm working across so that you're not putting too much tension on 1 loop. And then we're just going to work 1 single crochet into the edge of each row, trying to place them as evenly around as you can. So if you're doing the baby 0 to 3 months, you will have 20 stitches around. The baby 3 to 6 months will have 24. Baby 6 to 12 months will have 28. Child 1 to 3 and child 3 to 10 will have 32. The adult small and adult medium will have 36, and an adult large will have 40 stitches around. At the end of round 1, we are going to join to the top of the first stitch with a slip stitch, and then chain 1. And then we are going to turn our work so that we are working on the wrong side of our beanie. So we are working on the opposite side. Because we are doing the berry stitch in this next round, the berry stitch bumps out on the back of the stitch. So we need to work it on the wrong side so that the bumps out on the right side. So I've just flipped my hat inside out. I turned my work. Now I'm working on the inside of my beanie, and we're going to do our berry stitch row. So make sure your berry stitch rounds are all worked on the wrong side and your single crochet rounds are worked on the right side. So we're going to start with a berry stitch into our first stitch. To work a berry stitch, you're going to yarn over and insert your hook into the first stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook. Yarn over and insert your hook back into that first stitch we started in. Then yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook. And there we have our berry stitch. And then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. So on the side that we're working on now, you can't see the berry stitch, but if you turn your work over to our front side or right side, you can see it bumping out there. So for row 2, we are just going to repeat these 2 stitches all the way around, berry stitch into the next stitch, then single crochet into the next stitch. So I'll show you again how to do the berry stitch. Yarn over and insert your hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook back into the same stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Then single crochet into the next stitch. So just repeat those 2 stitches all the way around for round 2. Berry stitch into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch. At the end of round 2, join to the top of the first stitch with a slip stitch. Then chain 1, and we're going to turn our work so that we're working on the right side again. And now we're just going to repeat rounds 1 and 2. So if you're making the baby sizes, you're going to repeat rounds 1 and 2 more times. So until the end of round 6. If you're working the child sizes or the teen/adult small, you're going to repeat rounds 1 and 2 3 more times or until the end of round 8. And then if you are making the adult medium or the adult large, you're going to repeat rounds 1 and 2 4 more times or until the end of round 10. So we're just going to repeat these 2 rounds. If you want to customize the height of your hat, feel free to repeat these rounds as many times as you want, and then we will work a few decrease rounds at the top. So I'm just going to carry on and I'll catch back up with you when we're done all of our rounds. Just don't forget to turn your work after working these rounds, making sure your single crochet rounds are worked on the right side and your berry stitch rounds are worked on the wrong side. So I finished working all of my rounds. Yours may have more or less rounds. Now we're going to work 3 decrease rounds. These decrease rounds aren't going to add too much height to our hat. So if you did want your hat to be longer or slouchier, feel free to keep repeating rows 1 and 2 as many times as you want. So for our first decrease round, we are working on the right side of our hat. And we are going to work 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches. So single crochet into the first stitch, then single crochet into the second stitch, and then we are going to work a decrease stitch, so a single crochet 2 together. So to work a single crochet 2 together, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And we're just going to repeat those 3 stitches all the way around. So single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, then single crochet 2 together. At the end of the round, join with a slip stitch and chain 1. And then we're going to turn our work, so we're working on the wrong side. For our next decrease round, we're going to start with a single crochet into the first stitch. Then we're going to work a berry decrease. Sorry, I kind of get almost out of frame here, so I'm going to remove the instructions from the screen for a second so you can see. But to do a berry decrease, you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. Then insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook. Yarn over and insert your hook back into that last stitch we worked into. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Then single crochet into the next stitch. And we're just going to repeat that all the way around. So we're going to work another berry decrease. So again, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Then single crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat this all the way around. Your last stitch of the round should be a berry decrease. Then we're going to join to the top of the first stitch, chain 1 and turn our work. And we're going to work one last decrease round. And for this round, we are just going to single crochet 2 together all the way around. At the end of the round, join to the top of the first stitch with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1 and then cut off my yarn, leaving about a 12-inch long tail. So you can cut off your yarn and then grab your yarn needle. And then we are going to weave this tail end through all of the last stitches of our last round, and then we'll close up the top. So just thread your needle in and out through those last stitches of the last round. Then pull the yarn tight to cinch up the hole in the middle, and then we're going to secure that with a few knots. Then you can weave your tail ends on the inside of the hat, and then we're done. And here we have our Cloud Nine Beanie. Feel free to add a yarn pom-pom or a faux fur pom-pom to the top of this. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget you can find this free crochet pattern and many more free crochet patterns on my blog, theturtletrunk.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.